It hasn't affected anything. I mean, it's been 3 years, so, I mean, I've made a lot of progress since COVID. I actually started my fitness journey in 2019, so a lot of park workouts, but, I mean, now I'm back in the gym. It's been 3 years, so didn't really affect me very much. COVID, bans for sure, more time under tension with lower weight. I actually saw this guy at the gym the other day who brought a barbell to the park with plates, and it was cool to reconnect with him because he didn't recognize me. So that was cool. But yeah, like people were very resourceful from where I was from. And the community kind of came together at the park and like brought as many weights, bands, all that good stuff. So the park was the gym pretty much. I feel like that might have been across the country. Heavyweight is great, but I promise you, you're going to see faster results if you take the time to really um, execute the movement with like complete precision. So like making sure that that initial eccentric when you come down with heavier weight is slowed and controlled. The rest of it should be slow and controlled, and you're not stopping at the very bottom or in between reps, and you have that consistent. So go lower in weight. And I know that people probably hear that all the time, but it's so true because you're not going to be targeting an isolated muscle group with just trying to get the weight up, if that makes sense. So lots of cables, lots of machines. I honestly don't even like barbell squatting. I feel like if you're into powerlifting, barbell squatting is great. But from like a hypertrophy standpoint, it's a lot of stabilization and it takes away kind of from the isolated muscle groups that you might be wanting to target. So I was a soccer player actually from 3 to 18. Yeah, soccer was life. I did the travel, I did high school, I did the whole nine. I was pretty much 365 soccer. And then when I graduated high school, I was not looking to go into college with it. And I actually went into motorcycles for a little bit and then um, found the gym after that. And it's just been bodybuilding ever since. So 3 on, 1 off, 2 on, 1 off. Um, Honestly, I'm not in a growing phase. I'm actually in a cutting phase right now. So I'm just doing the bro split, push pull legs, throwing in extra legs in there whenever they're super recovered, especially the glutes and hams. But I am going to be more structured when I go into an off season because we definitely need to be focusing on certain muscle groups to develop. Definitely don't need too much upper body anymore for wellness, at least. Maybe some more delts, but yeah, just a good old bro split right now with 3 on, 1 off, 2 on, 1 off. Oh yeah, diet, love that. Yes, definitely on a meal plan. Actually, I'm on macros, but I've done meal plans for so long that I literally eat the same thing every day. It depends on how many carbs I have, but like currently, I'll do protein pancakes in the morning, and I have it's like oats, pumpkin puree, egg whites, banana, baking soda, and protein powder. Blend that in a NutriBullet and put it on the pan. That's protein pancakes. You can add fruit to that. Sugar-free syrup, Lily's chocolate chips. You can really beef it up for like bulking. And then from there, we have 120 grams of rice with 4 ounces of chicken for pre and post. And then I'll have a hamburger for my fourth meal, and then oats, protein, and nut butter at night. And that's pretty much what I've been eating for the past like 6 to 8 months because I just switched coaches last year. So that's kind of what I've been doing mostly. And then if the carbs drop when we're doing our cutting, then I will take carbs out of my first meal. Yeah. I know some people will say like balance is the killer of progress or whatever, but honestly, I don't think so. I think you need balance to stay mentally like there. Because if you're the name of the game with fitness, whether you're in bodybuilding or whatever, is going to be mental. So for me, the way that I am balancing it is um, well, currently with where I'm at, I'm working out with a lot of other females. I'm trying to be trying to travel a lot and just like be in new environments and stuff like that. That's stimulating to me. I think it just depends on the person, to be honest. Like what makes you happy outside of lifting and lifting alone to be at that. So I've definitely transitioned more from being an anti-social gym person to a more social gym person, but I feel like that's going to probably shift as soon as we go into an off season because I'm going to be focused on making the gains. But outside of the gym, coffee shops, since I work at home, I go to coffee shops, any type of social stimulation that I can get. Is kind of what I look for when it comes to going out like with friends and stuff like that. I'm not a huge drinker, but when I do, I'll probably do like tequila shots or vodka shots, clear liquor. Always shots though, because I'm not trying to have the sugars from the mixed drinks. And if you have a mixed drink, just keep it to one. And eat your food before and after. That's a big thing. People will just not eat, especially after, because sometimes people get too drunk and then not want to eat. Biggest highlight. Oh, I deadlifted my PR today of what was that 245 for like 8. That was cool. But yeah, that's about it. I squatted 5 plates on hack squat for 12. That was cool. But nothing like I won a bodybuilding show in 2021. Not over, I got second overall, but I won my class, so kind of. That's about it though. Nothing stapled yet. That's a good question. I want to see what other people say to that because it's the intention for sure that really makes a person. Um, for me, it's honestly more of a personal thing. Like, yes, it's going to help from an online coaching perspective to achieve great things with bodybuilding. Obviously, Olympia is where everyone wants to be, but it's always been like a personal mission type of thing. Like I had a real I mean I still do. I still deal with it. Have really hard body image issues and I know people will probably look at me and like scoff, but I mean like it's the inner child, right? Like that's who you are as a person. So I always struggled with that. So it's kind of cool to like see yourself in knowing how much I like did not like myself in the mirror, how like self-hatred and not deprecation, whatever that's called. That was really big for me. So it's a confidence thing for sure. And it's more of like I'm building an inner peace and confidence, like I can do something. Um, I don't know. It's kind of more on that end of things. It's not really to like get the trophy. It's more of like trying to heal my inner child almost. But what I want to get out of it is being able to do that. And if I have an audience, if I'm like lucky enough to get a female audience to see that and be like, damn, I want to do that. I want them to not like, I want the younger version of myself, whoever that is as a female, to not feel alone and feel like it's possible and it's capable to get over that hump mentally. So that's huge for me. And that's like a big reason. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay. Inside the gym, ugh, that's hard because the more I get into the bodybuilding community and meeting bodybuilders, not a fan. I'm gonna be honest. Not a huge fan. Um, obviously Francel and Issa are like the main wellness Olympians that people look up to, but it's hard to really relate with them because they are Brazilian and they don't speak English very well. Yes, they do. Like they try their best, and I really like I applaud them for that. But you can't really connect with somebody if you can't listen to them like this and hear their personality and stuff like that. So from an inspiration perspective, definitely Francel and Issa, and I think that they are great role models of the sport as well. So if there's any females watching this and you look my Instagram up, it's Alicia Wellness MPC, and you see me and you think that's too muscular, I have been blood, sweat, and tears for the past 4 years to get like that. And like on my diet 24/7, you cannot get to a muscularity standpoint without trying. So if you're just going to the gym and you're eating a little bit, I promise you're probably going to be even a little upset that you're not making the progress you thought you were going to make because you need to eat more. If you're scared, I say go with a female that you look up to or you like, or like their physique that you like, because they're going to be able to give you the tools to do the same thing for yourself. Now, I won't say that's a guarantee with everybody because some people are genetic freaks and stuff like that, and your structure might be different. But from a confidence standpoint, I think that's where you should start. Never do it with dudes. Let me tell you right now, don't do that shit. Every single time that you go to work out with a dude, if you want advice from a dude, it's going to end with, so what are you doing tonight? And I promise you that will end like not very well. So I say stick with females. Even if you're intimidated by females, I promise you they're probably not as intimidating as you think. I honestly haven't, only trolls on Instagram with the whole manly thing. I feel like it's becoming more like women with muscle is becoming more of a standard almost. Not a standard, but just more popular and socially acceptable. But whenever I do kind of come across that, like anybody who's very, yeah, like that, this sounds terrible, but it just takes away from their masculinity in my perspective. Like, I won't say it, but you know what I'm trying to say. So, I mean, yeah, it just kind of, it turns me off, and I'm just like, if it's a dude that I was interested in and they said something like that, I would just not see them the same. So it doesn't like make me mad. Now I am feeling like, if I get myself to a point where I start to feel a little masculine, that is going to be a little bit different because I want to keep my femininity while I do this. So I want to kind of be like the alpha female and kind of look like a Spartan. That would be cool. But if I get to a point with my upper body where I'm like, then yeah, I'll pull back. But other people, I just see them as weak sauce, if that's the case.